questions and answers about Spain. Guys, I will continue my series of video where I will give you answers for the questions that you made on the consultation or here on my YouTube channel. So let's dive in. Hi, Alina is here, directly from Barcelona.
How long do I need to live in Spain to apply for permanent residency or citizenship?
Okay, it's really good question, and a lot of times I hear it. So guys, if you want to apply for permanent residency card, you need to live in Spain during 5 years. You need to live in Spain during 5 years with residency, not with student visa, okay? So with full residency, for example, non-lucrative visa, startup visa, work visa, okay? And during these 5 years, you cannot leave Spain for more than 10 months together. Okay, so for example, you cannot leave country for more than 6 months in one trip, and you cannot leave the country during 5 years for 10 months. Okay, so for example, during 5 years you can leave the country every year for 2 months. Okay, so 10 months is okay if you are leaving the country. But if you are leaving the country more than 10 months, for example, 1 year you just lived in Netherlands during 5 years, it means that you cannot apply for this card. So what you need to do, you need to live longer in Spain, and you will obtain this permanent residency card only when you will fulfill this condition. Okay, so when you will be here during 5 years and you will not leave the country during more than 10 months, that's when you can apply for this card. If you are still kind of living and coming and returning, what you need to do, you need to renovate your temporal residency again and again. So that's what I like about permanent residency card, that you will obtain it for 5 years, and then you will prolong it for 5 years, and then you don't need to apply kind of again, gather all your documents. All what you need to show that you lived here before, and you need to show your passport that you don't have like too much stamps, no, that you're not living in the country. So that's it is. If you want to obtain citizenship, we have here two different roads. If you are from not Latin American country, you need to live here during 10 years to apply for citizenship. Okay, if you are, for example, I don't know, from Philippines, from Peru, from Chile, from Argentina, you can apply for citizenship only after 2 years. 2 years you need to live in Spain with work visa, startup visa, non-lucrative visa, and after 2 years you can apply for citizenship. So you will have kind of quick road to the citizenship.
Alina, please explain what is a job visa in Spain and why it is so complicated.
Exactly. I had a lot of questions about job visa on my channel, and I think I will make different, like separate video about that, but just shortly. Okay, so job visa, work visa, it's really actually hard to obtain, and it's not only about the paperwork, it's not only about bureaucracy. There are different types of work visa here in Spain. For example, you can obtain job seeker visa, you can obtain work visa, you can obtain entrepreneur visa that give you right to work here in Spain. You can obtain blue card for IT people, or you can apply and obtain high qualified visa. So there are different types of work visa, and you can apply. But the problem is, for applying, for obtaining of this visa, you need to find job. So first of all, you need to have a job contract, and only then your employee need to apply for this visa for you. So first of all, your employer need to be kind of clean, let's say, okay? So your employer need to have kind of all the tax paid, all the workers with contrato indefinido, with stable contract, okay? And he have to be kind of good with all the documents, okay? Because they are checking him first. Then they are checking the contract. Then they are checking for you that you are kind of applicable, that you are eligible for this type of visa. So actually it's 3 different checks that you need to pass and your employer to obtain the visa. So actually it's kind of long, actually it's kind of a little bit stressful. So a lot of employer, what they just don't do it, you know. They just will hire the person who are already here with the documents, with permits, and they don't need to stress out, okay? So what I'm always suggesting, if you want to move here with a job visa, with a work visa, first of all, you need to find a job. You need to start not from the papers, you need to start from the contract. So, for example, what you can do, you can search for the job, you can already plan your interview. With touristic visa, you are coming here, you are visiting interview, they want to hire you. So from here, you can modify your touristic visa to the work visa. For example, if you are a high qualified worker, if your salary is more than 40,000 per year, if you have education, if you have kind of really higher position, that's what you can do. But if you want to apply just for a regular job, it's kind of really hard. So a lot of people, what they do, they start with student visa, they apply for student visa with the work permit, they work partly, and then they modify the student visa to the work visa only after higher education.
Can I work as an employee with a startup visa or a non-lucrative visa?
No, you cannot work with non-lucrative visa because non-lucrative visa, it's a visa without work permit. So you cannot work remotely, you cannot work in Spain. You don't have a right to work when you are here physically in Spain. Okay, it's the first one. With startup visa, you can work. You can work for the company, you can open your own company. But you need to understand that idea of entrepreneur visa, it's that you are working for your company. So for me, it's better that you are not working, that you are working for another company, because they can ask you why you are not opening your company, why you are not making your project, because you were promising that you are coming to the country to make your project, you know. So it's kind of, you can do it, but it's kind of really risky. So if you want to work here as employee, you need to have work visa.
I have Digital Nomad Visa, and do I have to pay taxes? And also, what is the Beckham Law?
Yes, you need to pay taxes as a digital nomad, and actually that's the base of this visa. Okay, so Spain is giving you permit to live here. Why? Because you will pay taxes. So it's kind of subscription to the country. Okay, I always say that taxes is subscription, so you need to pay this subscription. You want to watch Netflix, please pay this subscription. You want to live in Spain, please pay the taxes. It's exactly the question of this visa. Okay, so digital nomad visa give you access to everything. Okay, to the medicine, to the infrastructure, to the education, of course. So that's why you need to kind of pay the utilities, let's say. But about Beckham Law, what is important? If you are employee and you have your employer and you are working remotely, what you need to do? You need to register by Beckham Law. And this Beckham Law, you will pay 24% only of your taxes from this income that are coming from your employer here to Spain. Okay? So for example, if you have more global income, it will not be eligible. Global income is there, you're paying there, it's not connected to Spain. But if you have Beckham Law status, what you will pay? Only 24% from the salary that are coming from your employer here in Spain. Okay, so a lot of people, what they do, they have actually a lot of contracts, they work in a lot of places, they have a lot of companies, but they're showing to Spain only one part. Only this employer, only this contract, only this money. And from this money, they're paying 24%. All the global income is not taxable.
Alina, please help me how to choose the city for living in Spain.
Yes, it's actually another big question that I always hear in where to move, because a lot of people don't understand that Spain is really big country with different climate, with different languages, with different people, with different prices. Okay, so it's really important to understand that here you have the sea, here you have the humidity, here you have the sun, here you have the really dry, crazy desert in the middle of the country, here you have ocean. Okay, so the weather, the climate, the people are really changing. Okay, so if you have possibility, I always said that it's better to visit different cities. Okay, another point, it's really important if you can find a job. Okay, so for example, a couple of days ago, I was talking to one guy, he's working with the ships, he's working in the sea. So of course, I will suggest to him Vigo, I will suggest Valencia, I will suggest Barcelona. Okay, I will not suggest to him Madrid. But if you, for example, want to work in IT, for you better Madrid, for you better Barcelona, and a little bit Malaga, because lately they have more IT project based there. Okay, but all the startups, all the main kind of companies, they are based in Madrid, they are based in Barcelona. Because on another hand, it's another question, taxes. In every comunidad, in every region of the country, you can find different taxes. So for now, the lowest taxes are in Madrid, for example. But for example, the lowest prices you can find in Extremadura and in Murcia. So Spain is so different, and I will give you suggestion to check Numbeo webpage or Expatica, okay, where you can find different prices in different cities of the country. So you need to understand your budget. So it's not only about the sun, it's not only about the sea, it's about your budget. So of course, Barcelona and Madrid, you can easily find a job there, but these cities are really expensive. But for example, you can go to some small cities in the north of Spain, they will be really cheap, but of course, it's really hard to find a job there. So it all depends about your dreams. First of all, you need to find out what is your dreams, then you need to have a plan to achieve these dreams, then you need to understand what city is suitable for your plan and for your dreams, okay? So if your goal is education, of course, the best universities are in Madrid, of course, and in Barcelona. Of course, if your goal is just to be somewhere in silence without moving around, you can live somewhere in mountains and you can pay like really cheap for the flat or for the room, okay? So I will give suggestion about climate, about prices, about jobs, about languages, and of course about infrastructure, because everywhere it's kind of really easy to move around, but if you are living somewhere kind of far from the main cities, of course transport will be kind of slower, okay? But you need to understand that education everywhere is amazing, medicine everywhere is amazing, and people everywhere are amazing, okay? So all these basic needs, they are good, okay? So then you need to check all your personal needs to understand in which city to move. I choose Barcelona because I like that it's really international city, I like that it's really warm city, I like that this city has sea but still has a lot of life and a lot of kind of going on. And second city that I really love, it's Madrid. I really like Madrid, but I don't like Madrid in the summer because it's really hot. And the third one, I'm a huge fan of Sevilla. I like Sevilla, but of course, only half of the year when it's kind of chilly there, because half of the year is just really, really hot and it's impossible to be there. So you need to understand that every city has pros and cons. So you need to find cities that have more pros for you than cons. So guys, if you want to find more answers to your questions, what you need to do, write your questions here in the comment section, okay? So in the next videos, I will give you more information about Spain, about life in Spain, and about visas and permits. So you can move easily and you can move happily. Thank you guys for watching me. Please subscribe to my channel and I wish you amazing summer and see you soon in the next one. Bye bye!